There are moments in life when it feels as though everything is pushing against you. You've given it your all, and yet you are still stuck in the same place. Your body feels exhausted, your spirit broken, and your mind whispers that it's time to give up, that this journey has no more to offer. But deep inside of you, there's a quiet force that refuses to let you stop, a voice that tells you to push just a little further. The path is never easy. It never promises comfort, but the strength to rise, to keep moving forward when every inch of you wants to surrender, is where your true power lies. The difference between those who break and those who rise is simple, the decision to keep going no matter what. Watch till the end, hit subscribe, and remember, the real change begins now. The breaking point, you felt it. That crushing weight, the moment when everything inside you screams for rest, for respite, and yet the finish line feels impossibly far away. You're exhausted, you're beaten. The world around you doesn't see it. They don't understand the pain, the strain, the endless nights you've put in. You feel invisible, like your efforts are being swallowed by the emptiness of a world that moves on without noticing. The loneliness is deafening. And then, in the silence of your struggle, you hear the voice that says you can't go on. It's the voice of doubt, the voice of exhaustion, the voice that wants you to stop fighting, to give up. You've been there, haven't you? Standing on the edge, wondering if it's all worth it, questioning whether you have anything left to give. But here's the truth that you need to hear. This moment, the moment when you feel like you can't go on, is not your weakest moment. It is your most powerful. What you don't see in the middle of the fight is that you are being shaped in ways you can't yet understand. You are not being broken. You are being forged. The breaking point is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the crucible in which your inner strength is tested, where your true potential begins to rise from the ashes of your doubt. It's easy to think that strength is about how much you can carry, how much you can endure before you break. But real strength isn't found in avoiding the breaking point. It's found in the decision to keep going when every part of you wants to quit. Strength is found in the willingness to move forward in the face of overwhelming odds. It's about finding something inside yourself that you didn't know was there, a well of power, of determination, of belief that rises only when you've hit rock bottom. In that moment, when everything feels like it's falling apart, you are actually standing at the threshold of something incredible. It's not the end of your journey. It's the moment when the path you've been on, the person you've been becoming, is ready to break free. You are discovering who you are beneath the layers of fear and doubt. You are shedding the skin that's been holding you back, revealing the warrior, the creator, the powerful soul that you've always been. So when you reach that breaking point, when the world seems too heavy and the burden too much, don't fear it. Don't run from it. Embrace it, because this moment, this painful, agonizing moment, is where your true power will emerge. It's in these moments of vulnerability, of struggle, that the foundation of your strength is built. And when you rise from it, you will look back and see that everything you've gone through, every painful step, every doubt, every tear, was what led you to this point, to the person you were always meant to be. You are not broken. You are becoming, and the person who is emerging from this struggle is stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever thought possible. The breaking point is not the end. It's the beginning of your rise. The power of relentless persistence. There are days when every step feels impossible, when the weight of the world presses down on you, making each movement feel like you're dragging the earth itself. The path ahead is long, the road uneven, and you wonder if you'll ever get there. It feels like you're moving against a current that never lets up, like no matter how hard you push, you're barely making any progress. You've been there, haven't you? When everything inside of you screams to stop, to rest, to just give in, the world, indifferent to your struggle, doesn't even seem to notice how much it's costing you just to keep moving. But here's the truth. Persistence isn't about running at full speed all the time. It's not about powering through every moment with force and strength. No, persistence is quieter than that. It's the choice to wake up again tomorrow. It's the decision to take just one more step, even when you're certain it won't make a difference. when every ounce of your being is telling you that you're not enough, that you've given all you have and it's still not enough, persistence is that whisper inside that says, keep going. It's the quiet strength that rises in the midst of doubt, the slow burn that refuses to be extinguished by the winds of failure. You see, the world will try to convince you that success comes from big, bold leaps, but the real truth is, success is built in the quiet moments, in the decisions you make when no one is watching. It's about showing up over and over again, even when you can't see the reward. It's about finding the courage to face another day of uncertainty, of struggle, and still moving forward no matter how heavy the burden feels, because transformation doesn't come from sudden bursts of energy. It comes from the steady, unrelenting push to keep going, even when the goal feels far out of reach. In the quiet persistence, something starts to shift. What feels like an endless struggle, an uphill battle, begins to reveal its purpose. The energy you've put into every small step compounds. The weight of your work becomes lighter, and suddenly you realize that you're not just moving anymore, you're growing. You've been transforming all along, one quiet step at a time, and the universe begins to move with you. It notices your persistence. It sees the unwavering belief in your own strength, even when the world had no reason to believe in you. And so you continue, not because you see the end, but because you trust the journey, because you know that every moment spent moving forward, no matter how small, is one step closer to the life you were meant to live. Relentless persistence isn't about racing to the finish line. It's about knowing in your deepest soul that you are on the right path, and that no matter how heavy the burden, you will keep moving. And when you finally look back, you will see that every struggle, every painful step was the very thing that carried you to your breakthrough. Embracing the pain. There are moments when the pain becomes unbearable. It's not just physical. It digs deeper, seeping into the places you've tried to bury, filling your thoughts with doubts and fears. Every inch of you feels like it's being pulled apart, stretched beyond what you thought you could withstand. It's in these moments when the pain is sharp and relentless that you want nothing more than to escape it, to run, to hide, to make it stop. It feels like the end, like you can't take another step. But what if this pain isn't the end? What if it's the very thing you need to rise? You see, pain has a way of getting your attention. It's not your enemy, though it may feel like it at times. Pain is not here to destroy you. It is here to show you what you're made of. It's a signal, a message from your body, your mind, your spirit, telling you that you're alive, that you're pushing against the very limits you once thought you could never overcome. This pain, as much as it hurts, is proof that you are growing. Every tear, every ache, every moment of suffering is a reminder that you are expanding, that you are breaking free from what once held you back. You are becoming more than you were yesterday. The mind's role in perseverance. There's a battle happening right now. Not on the outside, not with the world or other people, but within you. It's the battle between what you think you can do and what you truly can. You know this struggle. It's the voice that says you can't go any further. The weight that drags you down when you've already given everything you've got. When the world becomes too heavy, it's the mind that tells you to stop. It tells you that this fight isn't worth it, that you've already done enough. But what if that voice isn't the truth? What if that voice is simply the greatest liar you've ever known? You've felt it. The mind's power to either propel you forward or hold you back. When the going gets tough, it's not your body that gives up first. It's your mind. Your body can endure more than you realize, but your mind is where the real battle lies. The mind has the power to shape your reality. It can convince you that the limits you're facing are real, that they're insurmountable. It can turn obstacles into walls, doubts into mountains, and turn the path you're walking into something so much harder than it needs to be. But what if you could use your mind not as a roadblock, but as a bridge to the strength you need? The key to perseverance is learning to master your thoughts. It's recognizing that the mind is not the enemy. It's the one tool that can either break you or push you beyond what you thought possible. Every time your mind tells you to quit, it is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to choose a different path, to choose strength over weakness, to choose action over doubt. You don't need to ignore your doubts, to pretend they're not there. No, you need to face them, challenge them, and prove them wrong. When you choose to feed your mind with strength and conviction, you unlock a power that is limitless. Every thought becomes a stepping stone toward your goals. Every doubt an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. The true power of perseverance lies not in pushing against the world, but in changing the conversation in your head. When you learn to align your thoughts with your purpose, to see beyond the obstacles and into the potential that lies before you, nothing, no struggle, no hardship, no failure can stand in your way. The mind will tell you that it's too hard. It will tell you that you've come as far as you can go. But the truth is, your mind doesn't know your limits. Only you do. And as long as you refuse to let doubt define your path, as long as you continue to choose faith in yourself and the journey, the world will bend to your will. You are the master of your thoughts, and through them you will conquer everything standing between you and the life you deserve. It's not about pushing harder with your body, it's about changing the way you think. When you learn to truly master your thoughts, nothing can stop you. Transforming struggle into purpose. It's the weight that bears down on you, the pressure that builds when the world won't let up. You feel it. The struggle that seems relentless, pulling at you from every direction. Every time you think you've made it through, another obstacle appears and you're forced to fight your way forward again. It feels like life is punishing you, like you're being dragged through something you don't deserve, and you begin to wonder, will it ever end? You've asked yourself this question before, haven't you? Why is this happening to me? You've wondered if you're being singled out, if the universe has a vendetta against you. And in those moments, it's easy to feel as though the struggle is just that, a punishment. But what if the struggle is not here to break you? What if it's here to shape you, to lead you somewhere greater than you ever imagined? There's a power in the way life pushes you. It's not easy to see in the middle of the pain, in the heat of the battle, but when you take a step back, when you look closely at the moments that hurt the most, you begin to realize that those moments were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to transform you. Every challenge you face, every setback you encounter, is like a rough stone being sculpted into something greater. The struggle is not a sign of weakness. It is the tool that sharpens your edges, that molds you into who you are becoming. When you change your perspective, when you see the struggle not as an obstacle but as a part of the journey, a necessary step toward your purpose, everything shifts. You stop resisting it. You stop wishing for it to go away. Instead, you embrace it. You begin to understand that the pain, the discomfort, the moments when you feel like you can't go on, these are the very things that are leading you to your truth. They are the lessons, the teachers that guide you forward. The hardest moments, the moments when you feel most lost, are often the ones that carry the greatest purpose. These are the moments when you are being reshaped. They are the moments when you are being prepared for the life that is waiting for you. You are not being broken. You are being built. And when you embrace the struggle, when you stop running from it and start learning from it, you will realize that everything you've been through, everything you've endured, has been leading you towards something incredible. You may not see it yet. You may not understand why the struggle is so relentless, why it seems so unfair, but I promise you, it's not in vain. The struggle is there to build you into the person you are meant to become. It is there to prepare you for the purpose that awaits. And when you look back on this journey, when you stand in the light of all that you've overcome, you will see it clearly. The struggle was never the end. It was always the beginning of your rise. The fear of failure and how to move beyond it. There's a quiet terror that lingers, isn't there? The fear that wraps itself around your chest every time you consider moving forward, every time you think about taking that next step. The fear of failing, it stops you in your tracks, makes you second guess every decision, every action. It tells you that you're not ready, that you're not enough, that failure is just around the corner. It paralyzes you, holds you captive in a cage of your own making, and keeps you from doing the very thing you know you were meant to do. But what if I told you that failure isn't the enemy? What if failure is the very thing you need to embrace? It's not the end of your journey, it's just part of it. You see, the fear of failure is the most insidious kind of trap. It makes you believe that failing means you're not good enough, that you'll never make it. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's the catalyst for it. Every time you fail, you learn. Every setback is an opportunity to grow, to rise, to push yourself further. Failure doesn't define you, it refines you. The truth is you will fail, over and over again. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed are the ones who keep going. The fear of failure will never go away completely. It will always try to hold you back, to whisper that you're not worthy, that you're not capable. But when you learn to face that fear, when you realize that failure is just a step in the process, that's when you take your true power back. You start to see failure for what it really is, a necessary part of the journey. It's the fuel that drives you forward, the lesson that teaches you how to do it better next time. So stop running from it. Stop avoiding it. Stop letting the fear of failure make your decisions for you. Instead, let it be your teacher. Let it show you the areas where you need to grow, where you need to push harder, where you need to adapt. Each failure is an opportunity to learn, to evolve, to become better than you were before. And when you stop fearing failure, when you understand that it's not something to avoid but something to embrace, you will begin to see success, not as a destination, but as the inevitable result of your persistence. The truth is this: failure is not a reflection of who you are. It's not a sign that you aren't good enough or capable enough. Failure is just the space where you learn how to become who you need to be. It's the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to go. And when you finally step into that, when you choose to keep going even when failure knocks you down, you will see that nothing can stop you. Because failure is just the beginning of your next rise. It is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally. And with it you will learn, you will grow, and you will succeed. The light on the other side of the struggle, you're standing in the dark. You feel the weight of it, the silence, the endless pressure that wraps itself around you like a heavy cloak. The path ahead feels uncertain, unclear, and you wonder how much longer you can keep walking. Every step feels like it takes more than you have to give. The world around you is cold, indifferent, and you question whether the struggle is worth it. You can't see the end. You can't see the light. All you feel is the pain, the exhaustion, the loneliness, and yet somehow you keep moving forward. But why? What if right now, in the middle of your hardest fight, there is something far greater than you realize at work? What if, on the other side of this struggle, there is a version of you waiting to emerge, stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever thought possible? You may not see it now, but there is a light. It's hidden, yes. It's veiled by the thick fog of your pain and uncertainty. But it's there, waiting for you. And every step you take, no matter how small, no matter how painful, is bringing you closer to it. In the midst of the struggle, it's hard to imagine that anything good can come from it. You may be tempted to believe that this fight, this hardship, is something that will break you. But the truth is, this struggle is the very thing that is shaping you. It is the furnace that is molding you into the person you are meant to become. It is not your enemy. It is your teacher. And though it may seem relentless, it is leading you to a place you've yet to understand. The person you are becoming, the one who can look back at these days and say, I made it through, the one who will stand tall with strength and wisdom in ways you never imagined, is being built right now, in this moment. It is through your endurance, your courage to keep moving despite the fear, that you are transforming. The light you seek is not outside of you. It is within you, waiting to shine, once you've been forged by the fire of your trials. So don't despair, even when the way feels impossible. Don't lose faith, even when the burden feels too much to bear. Every hardship, every painful step is bringing you closer to the moment when you will finally emerge into the light. And when you do, when you finally step into that light, you will look back and you will understand that every single moment of hardship was not a punishment. but a blessing in disguise. It was the very thing that made you who you are meant to be. You are closer than you think. The light is waiting. Keep going.